We ask that in your supporting your school and your athletics, you remember to applaud their efforts and do nothing to discredit their opponents. We thank you for your support of interscholastic athletics and join with you in acknowledging the dedication and hard work of all our young men and women who compete in the CIF.
Westview High School, just outside of San Diego, is the site of tonight's Division II Boys Lacrosse Championships for San Diego County. The number 1 and 2 ranked teams have made it here tonight. It's the Bishop Schools, the Knights, taking on the Islanders of Coronado. Good evening, everyone, in conjunction with the Lacrosse Network and IBNSports.com. Mark Heller, Max Davis, Chris Marshall, thanks for all the play-by-play action of this one. Of course, in any sport, if you make it to the championship game, you have done something well. For Coronado, they enter with a record of 17-4. They knocked off Santa Fe Christian 14-7, and then Cathedral Catholic 10-7 to make it to the finals here tonight. And meanwhile, the Bishop School Knights with a record of 17-3. They knocked off St. Augustine 16-4, and La Jolla Country Day 12-4 to make it here tonight. And Chris Marshall, no surprise, the 2 top-ranked teams here in Division II, playing for all the marbles here this evening.
Yeah, and these are both talented teams. I mean, they've got D1 commits on both sides, and I expect this to be a pretty highly contested matchup. Probable
starting lineups for the Bishop Knights. It's Lapire, Tian, and McCroskey at attack. Midfield, Seau, Wang, Evans, Pfiefer, and Anglin. Gunchard, LSM. Defense, Glazner, Lauer, and Wood, and Zigrang. He is your goalie. And in just a minute, we'll give you the Coronado starting lineups here. Coronado in black, Bishops in white and gold as we open up this one. And here come the Coronado Islanders to start things off. Let's see what they can do.
And Coronado's very explosive on offense. I mean, much like what we saw LCC do towards the end of that last game, they can score very quickly. And especially coming out of that face-off, they have the ability to score goals.
And for Coronado, Connor Schulte, number 32, nothing doing. They'll swing it across right side to his teammate George Bailey. Bailey wears number 9. He's a guy who can score. He's looking to wind it up. Nothing doing there. Can't get uncoiled. Gives way now to Bobby Farrar. Farrar, nothing doing. Up top. Nice fake. Shot is blocked, and coming away with it are the Knights. It's number 6, Alexander Evans Pfiefer. And he can score. Losing track of the handle and now re-corralling. Let's see what the Islanders can do here. Islanders against the Knights in a matchup of the top 2 Division II teams here in San Diego County. Some hard hitting going on, and coming away with it is Bailey for the Islanders. He's a senior, wears number 9. A lot of seniors in this starting lineup. Your attack guys, your middies, all seniors. And you want that experience on the front line. Bailey looking to shoot. Ooh. And it's going to go wide. Had a great opportunity, but also a good defensive effort there by the Bishops.
There was a lot of plastic on that.
Yeah, looks like the refs missed a slash call there.
Yeah, Sean McCroskey was able to slow him down, but they do retain possession. Do the Islanders. Boy, this has been an outstanding program over the years. And looking to get on the scoreboard first, just under 10 minutes to go here in quarter number 1. Defense able to pick it up for the Bishops, and here they come.
See Glazner with the takeaway. I mean, look for him. He's one of the best high school polls I've seen all season. Committed to Notre Dame, and I mean, I definitely think he'll find the field for them, if not next year, the year after.
Keep an eye out also for a freshman attackman for the Knights, number 4, Connor McCroskey. I had the opportunity to coach Connor, I believe it was last summer in the under-15 national tournament in Florida. Kid's got a great feel for the game, and he's going to be. I'm looking forward to watching him play.
As a freshman, 14 goals and 33 assists, good for 47 points. Shot on the way, save is made. Oh, loose ball scramble, though.
That's a push.
Sure is. And the Knights will keep possession.
We just got a question regarding the first game. I wanted to know who won that game, and LCC came away in a real barn burner, 8-7 in OT.
Yep, and Loy came up with the winner with 20.7 seconds to go in the OT, and Costa Canyon was able to capture their third CIF championship in the last 6 years. Shot on the way, good save made, ball up in the air. I don't think the goalie was sure where that was for a moment.
Great hustle there by Seau, getting back in the hole and hitting on that trail check.
And he's so athletic. I mean, you flat out are not going to be able to run away from him.
6'2", 235, sophomore, of course, the son of the legendary San Diego Charger football player Junior Seau. And how sad the story of his recent passing away. Grew up in Oceanside, gave so much back to the community that he grew up in. And so many people have been touched by his life. Not only all the years he played with the Chargers, but his years in Miami and with the New England Patriots. And if you had the opportunity to meet Junior Seau, you came away a different person after meeting him. He was that kind of person. No score, a little over 8 minutes to go here in the first, between the Bishops and Coronado. Let's see who could pull off the win. Coronado's won championships before. The Bishops is not. This is their first time here making it to the finals. And, of course, that opportunity has presented itself since a couple of years ago they went from just one title game to a Division I and Division II title game. And, Max, what's your thoughts on that? Do you like that setup?
You know, I think it's good. It's good for the game to have a kind of a split playoff setup. Personally, I was one always growing up that believed, in order to be the best, you kind of have to beat the best, and you should want to beat the best. So I would like to see the playoffs kind of consolidated and see some of these Division II teams go up against some of the Division I teams.
Yeah, and I know some of these teams match up during the regular season. I mean, you look at some of the teams like an LCC has a huge advantage with nearly 4,000 kids enrolled there, and some of these kind of smaller programs. Although they can compete, on in some of the sports, it's tough to compete with them year in and year out.
Just with that big school base, you're always going to have those good athletes.
Exactly.
We should mention these teams met back on March 24th, and it was the Bishops coming away with a 5-4 victory. Oh, flags fly all over the place. Their first victory in 4 meetings, and the first time the teams had met in 4 years.
Be non-releasable. Player in white, number 2-4, illegal body check, initiating contact to the helmet with the helmet. He'll serve 1 minute, full-time serve. Question?
That's going to go against Jake Seau, serving the penalty, number 24. And we heard that call perfectly from the crew chief, John Biskowski, the umpire, Michael Gervais, and the field judge, Dustin Beatty, calling all the action of this one. So man-up opportunity here on the power play. Let's see what Coronado can do. The Islanders, Perkins, they swing left side, now behind the cage. Good ball movement off to Corpus. Corpus with the ball on the left side. They work behind the cage to Bobby Farrar. Looking for shot opportunity, nothing doing there, being patient. Seau sitting out for that 1 minute penalty.
And look for them to swing the ball to Corpus. I mean, he's a real game changer for them. Going to Air Force next year. He can put the team on his back.
They swing right side, shot on the way, and it's going to go wide off a good opportunity by George Bailey. And they will keep possession with 6:25 to go here in a scoreless first quarter.
It's great ball movement. See if we can get some more of that.
Bailey, shot up top. That one's going to go wide by Jack Perkins.
And there's another Perkins, another laser.
Yeah, tons of tempo on that shot.
Loose ball scramble. Who's going to come away with the scoop up of the ground ball? And they're ruling in favor of the Bishops. Both veteran coaches for the Bishops. Steve Cepeda, he's in his 11th year, as we have substitutions. And for Coronado, of course, their outstanding longtime coach, Alex Cade. They work together for the same company, but they don't tell each other anything, do they, gentlemen?
Great deal just of confidentiality between those two coaches.
And I think it would be irresponsible to not to mention the fact that Coach Cade doesn't wear shoes. And I know it's pretty chilly here tonight, but he's in form, barefoot.
Oh, yeah, so he is. I don't know if we get a camera shot of that, but good pickup there and good piece of information from Mr. Chris Marshall. 5.5 minutes to go here in the first. No score between Coronado and the Bishops. The Knights and the Islanders, who will be crowned Division II champ. Shot on the way. I think might have hit off the goalie's knee.
And that's a great shot. I mean, you see him coming around the corner, and he really hides his stick until he's absolutely ready to shoot. And that's really, really tough to judge from inside the cage.
Yep, but Reese Stanley was able to come up with the save. 5 minutes to go, no score. And well, I think right now at this point in the match, gentlemen, both teams really still kind of feeling each other out.
Absolutely. And I mean, not to take anything away from Reese. I mean, he's a fantastic goalie. I mean, going to play ball at Dominican next season. So definitely getting some looks.
Yeah, so out of all the seniors that are out on the field that are going to be playing at the next level next season, Chris, what players stand out to you?
I mean, it's hard to overlook Eddie Glazner. I mean, he's a really fantastic player. I mean, you'll see him out there. He makes really smart plays, and he's also a big, strong kid who's fast. I mean, he's a matchup problem for everyone. I mean, I like the matchup with Glazner against any of the attackmen that Coronado has.
And where is he playing next year?
Notre Dame.
Oh, okay, Fighting Irish. South Bend, Indiana. Was there many years ago, back when Digger Phelps was head coach, broadcast a Hofstra Notre Dame game. Now, of course, Digger sitting in the friendly confines of Bristol, Connecticut in studio for college basketball. So mistake made right there.
It looks like we got a question from Keystone Lax 009. How about the NCAA games? Two teams from Maryland going to the championship. And this is actually something we touched on in the first game. But pretty exciting stuff. And what do you think, Max?
Yeah, I mean, just being from Maryland, you love to see two schools from your area going to the NCAA championship. So, just going to do great stuff for the Maryland, for the state of Maryland, and for recruits being funneled into the area. And
your prediction on the final score of that one?
I'd like to see the Terps pulled out. I think they'll have it in a slow tempo game. They'll pull it out 8-7. I've got a few friends still on the team, so I'd like to see them pull out a national championship for all the guys that graduated.
That shot goes wide off the attempt by by the Knights. So we still have no score in this one with 4:11 to go.
I mean, this one's shaping up to be a lot like that first game. Great check.
Yep. Good job on defense by Jake Shepard, number 30. Still looking for an opening. Shot on the way, score! First goal of the game comes with 3:49 to go here in quarter number one, and it is Brian Anglin putting it in between the pipes, and for Anglin, that's his 21st goal of the year.
Yeah, and that goal was really created by McCroskey behind the cage, putting a good move on his defenseman and turning to his strength, his right hand, and really looking for that skip lane. Great pass.
Yeah, and a great shot, too. I mean, you got that bounce shot out there, and I mean, it's found off hip, or stick side hip, and really, really good placement.
And so Bishops gets on the board first.
Fancy check. Jeez.
Now they're letting them play. McCroskey, number 4. Connor, only a freshman, 14 goals and 33 assists. You said you coached him this summer in Florida. Obviously, this is a young man who really already understands the game quite well. Here comes Anglin, who just scored moments ago. Off to Tian, number 25. Andrew kicks it up top. Bishops looking to get a 2-goal advantage early on here against Coronado. Remember, they defeated them during the regular season 5-4. Can they make it a clean sweep? Right now forcing the Islanders to play more defense than they care to play. Seau had it, lost it. The battle at midfield. Loose ball push. And it's going to go ahead to Coronado. Loses the handle and heavy traffic.
I mean, Gleisner just throws checks from like another level. I mean, you see a lot of these kids throw checks and land some of them, but not have a follow-up check. And he's just throwing, checks on checks on checks, and they're all landing. And he's able to maintain his footwork and stay with his stay with the offensive player. I mean, it's really impressive to see it from a kid, an 18-year-old kid.
1:54 to go here in the first. 1-0, the Bishops leads. Coronado trying to find the equalizer here. Bobby Farrar, number 8, handling the ball right now for Coronado. It has been quiet for both offenses. Farrar trying to get open. Might have an illegal pick, and we will. Good pick up there, Max. Talk about the pick. And there's obviously a fine line between a legal and illegal pick. Talk about the difference, Max.
Yeah, well, I mean, by rule, in order to set a good pick, you have to stop your feet or keep your feet from moving before the ball before your teammate utilizes the pick. So you see the illegal picks called a lot when feet are shuffling and stuff like that.
Nice pick by Nick Robles of Coronado, and here come the Islanders into the attacking zone. Let's see what they can do here.
Yeah, but I mean, there's obviously kind of some intricacies to the game. I mean, you see there's a play I know that Chapman ran this season.
Corpus is shot high and wide, and they'll keep possession.
They would flip the ball to the player and then continue running through, and it shields the defender. Is it technically a pick, but functions in much the same way.
Exactly.
59 seconds and ticking to go here in the first. 1-0 Bishops. The Knights lead it over the Islanders. Looking to try and tie things up here. Farrar, his shot goes wide. And they'll keep possession. Down to 45 seconds. Sun starting to go down here in Southern California. Starting to get a little cool. Starting to feel a little bit here. A little chill in the air. Here in late May on this Memorial Day weekend. Shot on the way. It's going to go wide off the shot attempt of Emmett Gormican. 33.3 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. The Division II championships between Bishops and Coronado. Right now the Knights leading the Islanders by the count of 1-0.
And it looked like Corpus limped off a little bit before that last play. And I mean, if he goes down with an injury, that'll be a huge blow to the Islanders.
Bailey with it. They work it behind the pipes. Off to Farrar. Farrar looking to operate one-on-one. You can tell he wants to shoot it. He does, and he scores! Oh, my! With 13.5 seconds to go, you could tell Farrar wanted to pull the trigger, and when he did, he made it count.
Yeah, and that's just not giving up on the play. I mean, had he not scored, he probably would have gotten a flag for the hold. And, I mean, he got in tight and was able to turn and take that shot in close and scores the goal. And I really feel like the Bishops D's got to do a better job of moving their feet. Because, I mean, if you let him get topside on you, he'll do that all day long.
And he did it right there. 1-1. Probably the way we'll end this first quarter of play. Barring a last-second shot. Boy, they're letting them play. Here comes Seau. And that will do it for the first quarter of play from Westview High School. The Division II championships between the Bishop Knights and the Coronado Islanders. We are all tied at 1. You're watching exclusive action of the boys Division II Lacrosse Championships in San Diego County on the Lacrosse Network in conjunction with IBNSports.com. Second quarter action when we return.
Coming across, finds Costanzo. Costanzo's coming around, takes a shot in the goal, and that's going to do it. Costanzo does it himself. Comes around the corner, shoots top shelf, off stick. And Cal State Fullerton is going to the championship game.
England for the Knights.
Second quarter action just underway. We are all tied at 1. Coronado in the black, Bishops in the white.
Timeout, Bishops.
And we've got a timeout 11 seconds into this quarter. Now, after you just had an opportunity to talk to your troops for a few minutes, why would you call timeout right after the ensuing face-off?
You know, it looked like they had a Pole who had possession of the ball, and, I mean, they bailed him out. I'm not sure I would have made the call there, being that it's so early in the quarter, but, I mean, it's the right call, just probably not in that situation.
I'm thinking the coach is thinking that the tempo that the game's being played at right now is really slow, so you know, every possession and every goal could be that much more important. So it looks like he's trying to cash in when he can.
Okay, I'll buy that. 11:49 to go here in quarter number 2. Mark Heller, Max Davis, and Chris Marshall, thanks so much for joining us. Of course, the talk has been about the boys Division I and Division II lacrosse championships. We've been talking a little college lacrosse with the Battle of Maryland. Can't believe UMBC finds themselves in the finals. What is going on? Is that how we know the apocalypse is upon us?
No, I would assume so. You know, UMBC has been one to just in the recent years really stepping up their game and being known. So it's great for the sport, great for the school.
However, if they win the championship, they'll be able to say Max Davis was the one who laid down the groundwork, leading to his alma mater to a possible NCAA championship.
Looks like we've got another question for Max here from RSF Dad 3, and wants to know what's the best part about being an LXM pro.
That's a great question. You know, one of the reasons I love playing for the LXM Pro Tour is just the sense of community and family. Wow, that's a great hit.
That's a better hit. And also a flag flies because of that hit. And momentarily, we'll hear the breakdown on this one from John Biskowski, our crew chief.
Getting back to what I was saying, though, the LXM Pro Tour has got such a great sense of community and family that it makes it a real joy to play with those guys every game.
30-second technical push with possession.
And I mean, you can't be mad about all that steezy gear you guys get.
Oh, of course, the gear is always great, and of course the talent is right up there with the best in the world. It's great to be able to go out and sling the ball around with a bunch of guys that are able to catch and throw just as well as you are.
So 30-second technical push, and so that means that the Bishops will be on a short power play here. Let's see what they can do with this opportunity.
Skip lane.
Shot on the way, and the save is made. Good attempt there by Nick Robles. And here comes Coronado. Sloppy pass right there.
Great stick.
Yep. Uh-oh.
And the turnover. Here comes Seau, not to be denied. Good pass. And now the Bishops will set up offensively.
Seau committed to Duke. I mean, I have to think that he'll probably come in as a defensive midi, being able to use his athleticism.
Already recruited as a sophomore, already signed?
Correct.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Danowski over at Duke will think of a couple creative ways to get him involved in the in between the lines game.
I think so. Does Jake play football? Does he play with Bishops on the football team?
You know, I don't know the answer to that.
Because I couldn't see why he wouldn't. 6'2", 235, blitzing linebacker. If I was a high school kid, would scare the crap out of me.
In the blood.
Yeah, and he's got no shortage of speed either. I mean, he can play any position on the field in high school football.
Oh, yeah. His dad, of course, was all CIF in both football and basketball. Led the Pirates to basketball heights they have not enjoyed since his departure from the campus. In the city of Oceanside, El Camino is the king of basketball under longtime head coach Ray Johnson. Shot on the way, gonna go wide. So Coronado with an opportunity there under Hunter Corpus, but they come up short.
It's a good strong dodge from Corpus there, getting to his strength. I'd like to see more out of that.
So we've got 9:28 to go. Looking to operate one-on-one is Farrar. Pass attempt goes wide. Now good hustle on the re-corral. And they'll reload. Marco Magnato gives way to Hunter Corpus. Corpus double team. Passes over to Connor Schulte. Schulte loses the handle. Who wants it? Coming away with it is the Bishops. Oh, good defense, though. Shot on the way, and it goes wide. Oh, what a beautiful opportunity. It was all set up by Corpus. Look for Farrar, but could not put it in between the pipes. Here comes Corpus. They'll try again with another opportunity off to Bailey. So right now the Islanders starting to get into the zone, locked in a little bit here.
A really good job on the help defense there. I mean, the slide comes and the recovery is great. And that's something you come to expect to see out of a team like Bishops.
Well, Steve Cepeda, veteran coach, has been successful, knows what his team needs to do. Shot and the save is made. Farrar had a chance from point-blank range, but unable to put it in between the pipes.
Yeah, lack of communication there by the two defensemen behind the cage. Good way to bail him out.
Yep, Zigrang came up with the save there. Ooh! Shot on the way, and it goes just wide. And also at the very end of that play, Connor Schulte kind of fell down there. I'm not sure if he took a hit to the knee after the release.
Yeah, it looked like that Bishops player that tried to hit him really bounced off, so it's got to be. I'm not really sure what's going on.
Well, looks like we've got a couple more questions. One more, another one for Max.
Max, Mr. Popular here on the questions.
I don't know why they don't want to know why I have my stick strung with string. Clearly. The question from Colorations. There we go. Mm-hmm. Wants to know how you like your stick strung and also what it's like to play with Kyle Harrison. And I'd kind of like to know what it's like to play with Mikey Powell.
Yeah, a couple-parted question there. Well, first of all, as far as I string my own sticks, I usually like a high to mid pocket. You know, since I'm a midfielder, really complements my game to be able to get the ball in and out of my stick quickly. I don't like the low pockets that you kind of have to cradle it out a bit. So that's all I got as far as the stick goes. As far as playing with Kyle and Mikey, you know, I've grown up. I'm not sure how many of you guys out there know, but Kyle Harrison's actually my older cousin. So we've grown up playing lacrosse together in Baltimore and now out here in California. So he's obviously one of the most exciting lacrosse players to watch play, and it's really an honor just to be able to play with him.
Thanks for answering that question, Max, and good to see Connor Schulte getting off the field under his own power. That's good news. Coronado right now trying to take a chance, an opportunity here to score in a 1-1 game with 7:38 to go here in quarter number 2. Mark Keller, Max Davis, Chris Marshall, thanks for joining us here from Westview High, just outside San Diego. Shot, score! Farrar off the score, off the beautiful feed from George Bailey. And with 7:27 to go in the first half, the Islanders go up 2-1.
And, I mean, that's a really great play. I mean, they definitely wanted to exploit that matchup. I mean, you've got such a size advantage going in on that dodge and then able to find the backside on the sneak there. I mean, it's a real great off-ball movement there.
So 2-1 Coronado takes the lead. What a beautiful setup with Farrar and Bailey.
It looks like Clint Murphy is also tuning in. Thanks for being there, TLN, and likes the new club ball video. So if you haven't seen that yet, debuted today, definitely check it out. Episode 6, club ball.
How many episodes are there in the series?
6 so far. It was the sixth episode that came out today.
Okay.
But pretty exciting stuff. Probably leading up to the national tournament. And if you haven't taken a chance to watch these, I mean, they're really well done. Impressive stuff from Red Hot Buffs.
And so that gentleman who chimed in, he is all caught up to date. Let's see what the Bishops can do. Save is made, and here comes Coronado in transition. It's Nate Hoffman.
You can't help but feel like the momentum is shifting.
Oh, it definitely has. 2-1, Coronado leads, 6:45 to go here in the first half. It was more of the Knights in the first, and we're seeing more aggression offensively from Coronado here in the second. You talk about an Islander program, they've had a nice success over the years. Last year, 19-4, won the Division II championship, 14-7 in 2010. How about the year in 2009? As the shot goes wide, they were 21-2, and they were champs, knocking off La Costa Canyon 9-4. That's how you know you had a real good year there. 2008, they were 19-3, and the list goes on. Farrar sets up his teammate.
That's
Shot on the way, and the save is made off the attempt by Jack Perkins. Holding call, it will go to Bishops as we approach the 6-minute mark here in the first half of the Division II championships.
And that's great awareness coming across, recognizing that the middies are back for you.
Yep. And we have a timeout on the field with 5:46 to go. It's Coronado 2 and the Bishops 1. If you just came across, you're watching the Division II Boys Lacrosse Championships for San Diego County between Coronado and the Bishops. Mark Heller, Max Davis, Chris Marshall. Thanks for joining us here on the Lacrosse Network in conjunction with IBNSports.com. Gentlemen, your thoughts so far on the first half of play?
I mean, it's an exciting game. I mean, both these teams appear to be pretty evenly matched. I have to think that this one is probably going to get a little looser towards the end of the game, much like the last game did. And, I mean, with the firepower that these guys have and the athleticism, you have to think there's going to be some more goals scored.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's a pretty good pace of the play right now. Bishops, with possession right now, looks like they really are trying to get into their offense. So we'll see if they can come out of this timeout and draw something up and get on the scoreboard again.
So we've got 5:46 to go. If you just joined us, 2-1 is your score. Bishops got on the board first with a goal by Anglin. And then Farrar tied it at 1. And then the combination of Bailey and Farrar made it 2-1. And that's where we stand in what has been so far a low-scoring affair. Like we said, kind of got off to a slow-scoring start in the Division I championship. I think it's more of a feeling-out process, maybe playing a little more conservative with all the marbles on the line. I'm sure in the second half, teams will probably loosen up a little more. Here comes the Bishops. Let's see what they can do. Look for Alexander Evan Pfiefer to get going. He's been a guy who's put up nice offensive numbers, 41 goals and 11 assists this year. Good for 52 points.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a catalyst on offense for the Bishop School. And actually going to play club ball at University of Southern California. So a huge pickup for the Trojans.
Yep. Shot on the way, and it's going to go wide off the opportunity by Brian Anglin. McCroskey with it. Let's see what the freshman can do. I mean, this freshman really has a good feel for the game.
Yeah.
Plays with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, you got that right.
Anglin shoots, and the save is made. Good opportunity there, but they couldn't put it past the Cager.
Nice catch.
Oh, beautiful catch. And here comes Coronado and George Bailey.
He's not fast.
Bailey gets tripped up. Flag flies. And we should see a power play opportunity right here.
Yeah, and there's Glazner trying to get that stick. He wanted to go over the head, throw the poke check across the body, and just got hung up on the front of the mask there. But I mean, that's tough play coming out of your top defenseman, trying to play good defense and just getting a little unlucky with that one.
Yep, so he gets served up with the technical there, and the manpower advantage coming up for Coronado. They lead 2-1, and they're looking to add right here. And we have a timeout on the field with 4:29 to go in quarter number 2 of the Division II Boys Lacrosse Championships here in San Diego County between the two top-ranked teams. You know, usually sometimes you get some upsets in the making of the playoffs, but Division I and Division II, the two favorites have made it here to the championship simply by playing outstanding lacrosse throughout the year.
Yeah, and let's credit the coaching staffs of both these schools for keeping these kids focused and really giving them the tools to succeed this year.
Yeah, and it's really no surprise to see the level of play out of the defense for the Bishop School with Coach Hamilton Pollard. I mean, former Riptide player, and I mean the best way to describe his game, I think, is probably unapologetic. I mean, he goes out there and lays the lumber, and his kids are doing the exact same thing. And I mean, that's the best way to play as far as I'm concerned.
And the other Islander assistants are Eric Sullivan and Jamie Baker, making up the coaching staff for the Bishops. Just an outstanding job that both of these teams have done. And when you get to the championship game, hey, you just have to let it all hang out for 48 minutes and see where the chips may fall. Here comes Coronado on the power play. Perkins swings right side. Bailey. Shot on the way, goes wide. They'll keep possession as we approach the 4-minute mark. 4:07 to go here in the first half. Islanders still on the man-up opportunity.
Got to check inside. Bishops is
shot on the way, and the save is made by Hunter Corpus. Corpus really had a good shot opportunity. Had a lot of power into that one. Really let it rip.
That's one of my least favorite calls in lacrosse, literally. Guy does a great job hustling in the hole, makes a trail check, and then gets called for the push.
Yep, and that was Hunter Corpus who got called for that.
I mean, as a short stick D-mini myself, I used to get a lot of those calls. Mm-hmm. And if you feel someone coming and you may not be able to get the ground ball, sometimes you go down.
Little tongue-in-cheek on that one.
That was a foul.
Loose ball. Scooped up by the Islanders. It's Trent Schulte. Here comes Trent.
Timeout.
And he calls timeout with 3:18 to go. Now, do you think a timeout was called because they thought they were going to lose possession?
Yeah, they absolutely were going to lose
like
possession.
Coach Cade saw Mr. Seau chasing his long pole down and decided to burn one. Probably the right call.
Yeah, probably a good idea with 3:18 to go here in the first half. Chris, we got another question?
Yeah, it looks like we got another question from Colorations. And he wants to know if a shot clock should be implemented in the college game.
Wow, that's actually, the shot clock has been an issue that's been debated for the last couple of years. Personally, I don't think college lacrosse needs a shot clock. One of the great things about lacrosse is the ability for teams to keep possession of the ball. I think obviously a shot clock would speed up the rate of play, which might be good for the game, but what happens to those teams that, pride themselves on taking care of the ball and working for good shots? You're kind of taking them out of their element. So, by not having a shot clock in college lacrosse, you're really allowing teams to express themselves a little more and play the kind of lacrosse that they want to play rather than being forced into a more up-tempo style.
Now, and I think I agree with you that the shot clock's not needed. I think the reason why the shot clock took place in college basketball years ago, if you remember those North Carolina teams, when they had the lead, they used to go to what they called that four-corner offense,
Yep.
and sometimes they burned 3 or 4 minutes off the clock with having no opportunity or even any interest in shooting the ball.
Exactly.
But if you're in lacrosse and you're pushing the action and you're moving the ball around and looking for a good shot, which I think all the teams in Division I do, I don't think there's a reason for a shot clock.
Completely agree.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more too. And I mean, as a defensive player, it's a little bit different. It's a pride thing on my end.
Shot, score! Hunter Corpus with 2:55 to go. Coronado, they're up 3-1.
And that's a great goal. I mean, he's a game changer. I mean, going to Air Force next year. Corpus has got a rip, and he's a big kid and doing a great job. But like I was saying, on the shot clock, it's a pride thing for me. I feel like if your defense is good enough, you should be able to take the ball away.
Yep.
And I mean, that's why they have the stall warning, and you have an opportunity to push out if you're solid on defense. You can get them out of the box, and I think it makes it more exciting on both sides of the ball.
Right. It's not like lacrosse doesn't have rules set up that are going to force slow play.
Exactly.
I mean, you certainly don't see that in this sport at all.
And one thing I have noticed this season specifically is that they've been calling the stall warning a lot faster.
Yes.
Which I think has been helpful with all the controversy about the shot clock.
And maybe that's become a point of emphasis with the officials, looking for that more, so maybe the shot clock doesn't take place. Bailey on the right side with that ball. They work it to the back to Farrar. Farrar trying to look for something here for the Islanders, who lead 3-1 as we approach 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Farrar with an opening. Had it for a second, then it closed up.
Oh, that's a great pass.
Yep. Open shot of the way, and it hits the goalpost and goes wide by George Bailey.
And that's a great hustle play out of the Bishop School, able to chase that down and get possession there, backing up the shot there.
Yeah, normally you don't see that, do you?
It's definitely something that defenders pride themselves on, and it's good to see as from a defensive coach.
3-1 Coronado. If you're the Bishops, you got to say to yourself, we scored the first goal of the game, and we haven't scored since. Boy, they sure need some kind of offense right here.
And looks like we got another question for Max from Winston and Schubert. What made you fall in love with lacrosse?
That's a great question. I started playing lacrosse when I was about 4 or 5 years old. And, as I got older and had to make a decision, what sport I wanted to play in college, one of the reasons I chose lacrosse was it's so much fun to practice the game. I love in my spare time going out in the cage and just with a bucket of balls and just shooting over and over and dodging on the run and working on your game. Not many other sports can you really get better individually like that. So that's definitely the main reason I chose to play lacrosse.
Islanders shot, and the save is made off the opportunity by Nate Hoffman, number 2. Here comes the Bishops, just under 1 minute to go here in the first half of play. The Bishops looking for a goal opportunity. Shot on the way, and the save is made. Good try there by Andrew Tian, but he comes up short.
And we got a comment here from MC+8 that Stanley is seeing the ball really well, and that was from 5 minutes ago, and it couldn't be more right. I mean, he is lights out right now.
Yeah, only let up 1 goal this half so far. Seeing the ball really well in these lights.
30 seconds to go here in the first half. Bishops in need of a goal before they go into the locker room here, down by a pair of goals. Evans Pfiefer kicks up top. Nice pass, shot on the way, and it goes wide. Rebound scooped up by the Bishops. They'll have another opportunity here. Seau, let's see what he can do. Jake quickly gets doubled, now triple team. Gets stripped of the ball, swings and misses. And that's going to do it for the first half of play. Well, Coronado's defense and a little bit of offense gives up a 3-1 halftime lead here in the Boys Division II Lacrosse Championship here in San Diego County. Along with Chris Marshall and Mad Max, I'm Mark Heller. You're watching exclusive action of Lacrosse Championships on the Lacrosse Network in conjunction with IBNSports.com. It's second half action when we return.
Chili cheese nachos.
Hey!
across, finds Costanzo. Costanzo's coming around, takes a shot in the goal, and that's going to do it. Costanzo does it himself. Comes around the corner, shoots top shelf, off stick. And Cal State Fullerton is going to the championship game.
Sir, it's a pleasure to battle in front of you.
Wait,
Yo, shut crease. Get there, get out on yours, switch. Goalie, keep. I got him here. Yellow, force him under. Under. Stay there. We're slow to go. Put your stick upfield. Yo, go. He's going right. Lift. Coach? Oh! Coach? I think mine's on. Hold on a second. I think so.
Great moments are born from great opportunity. And that's what you have here tonight. That's what you've earned here tonight. One game.
my shit, G. Oh, hold on.
Gotta hide the stick.
My bad, you go. Right back. Gotta hide the stick.
I'm already starting to sweat.
It's all right. I'm sweating sitting on the bench.
Professional sweat?
Oh my God, first shot of the day.
I don't know, my mind is worse.
Woo! Oh, that was good. There we go. Oh! Oh! What? That's a deep one. Just feeling it now. Oh, you need to get in the rhythm.
Coming after that spot. Somebody pull one near side.
Yeah.
Get that Walters on him.
Look for the hedge. Yeah. Guys, good shots to go. Look for his hedge.
Here it is, Maxie.
I don't know yet.
Good shot.
That's moving.
Get him, G. It's
popcorn.
Look for the hedge.
Coming after that spot. Somebody pull one near side.
Yeah.
Get that Walters on him.
Look for the hedge. Yeah. Guys, good shots to go. Look for his hedge.
Here it is, Maxie.
I don't know yet.
Good shot.
That's moving.
Get him, G.
It's popcorn.
Look for the hedge.
Second half action underway on the Lacrosse Network in conjunction with IBNSports.com. Coronado 3, the Bishops 1. Islanders have it. Early third quarter. Let's see if the Islanders can add to that lead with possession of the ball. Here from Westview High in San Diego, California. Mark Keller, Max Davis, Chris Marshall, thanks for joining us for all the action. And right now the Islanders with the upper hand and looking to try and claim a second consecutive Division II CIF Championship. They have the lead. They have the ball. Farrar looking to operate one-on-one. Aaron pass, but nicely corralled there by Bailey. They're being patient with the ball. Perkins. Loose ball, who wants to scoop up the grounder. It is corralled and picked up by the Islanders.
Man, and they all throw good checks. I mean, they're very disciplined in the way they throw their checks too. Nothing over the top. I mean, you normally think of like an over the head check as excessive, but the way that they throw it with such control.
Svensson shot and the save is made, and they'll keep possession.
That's a great save, but the way they throw their checks is impressive.
Boy, just looking for a little gap, and Farrar did a nice job setting up his teammate, Sven Karlsson. Drew a lot of attention there. A lot of action in front of the goal mouth.
Gotta clear the crease.
Interference against Coronado, and Bishops will have their first offensive possession of the second half. Gentlemen, what do the Knights need to do to get some offense going?
I mean, I think they just need to keep shooting. I mean,
here comes Seau.
They're going to get to Stanley.
Jake Seau, that's a good way to get some offense going.
I mean, they're getting good shots. I mean, goalie's just standing on his head.
Alex Evans Pfiefer with it. Kicks it up top as they move it around to Brian Anglin. Anglin with their only goal. He gets tripped up. Oh, yeah. Flags fly. That was a pretty easy call to make.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like their feet may have gotten tangled up a little bit there, but you have to throw the flag.
Yeah, if he wasn't fouled there, you probably would have gotten off a pretty good shot. So, yeah, again, another foul you got to call.
Yep, so they'll have a 30-second power play here. Will the Bishops? Let's see what the Knights can do. Looking for their first ever CIF Lacrosse Championship. Faking the shot. Moving it around.
And dipping down to a frigid 59 degrees here in San Diego.
Oh, I was wondering why I was starting to feel a little cold.
Cross crease.
Yep, nothing doing. Still working it around. Anglin had it, lost it. Knights will keep possession. Not much time left on that power play, though.
Yeah, the penalty's over. Not a great extra man stint there for Bishops. They got to do a lot better on their man-up opportunities. Get some quality shots.
We have to get a shot off. Shot on the way. Score! That's how you do it. 8:40 to go here in the third quarter, and we've got ourselves a 3-2 game. Andrew Tian comes up with his 29th goal of the year.
Yeah, I'd say on the crease is a pretty high percentage shot.
Absolutely. It looks like we got another question from Max from the One Diamond Kings. What gear are you using, and what is your favorite gear?
Great question there, Lynn. For the LXM Pro Tour, I play on Team STX West, so currently I've got a nice pair of STX Cell 2 lacrosse gloves and one of the new CPX helmets. And as far as sticks, I use a Nike Scandium lacrosse shaft and one of the new K18 Stallion heads. So it's been working pretty well for me so far. I don't plan on switching up anytime soon.
Look at the Bishops here with possession once again. Battle for the loose ball, and coming away with it is the Coronado Islanders and number 30, Jake Shepard.
And that's a great play from Shepard coming out there and putting the pressure on, recognizing where the pass was going and then taking it.
Shot on the way, score! Oh, Hunter Corpus just let her rip.
Yeah, blew it by the goalie there, stick side.
They said, we'll be more than happy to take that 2-goal lead back. Thank you very much.
It's great transition offense there by the Islanders, too, recognizing they had numbers and pushing the break.
Yeah, and I mean, there's nothing you can do about that one. That one might have burned right through his stick if he'd gotten it in the way. I mean, just high heat.
Well, 28 seconds after the Bishops got within one, Corpus with his second goal of the night makes it a 4-2 Islander lead. That was an impressive shot. That's what we call the old grip and rip. Bishops comes away with it. Let's see what they can do as they push it downfield. Shot on the way. Save made.
I was pretty ambitious.
Here come the Islanders. It's Bailey. They're all over him. Up top to Hoffman. Hoffman swings left side. Off to Corpus. Corpus just had that outstanding shot attempt moments ago. Farrar and Corpus play a game of catch. They give way to Emmett Gormican. Coronado up 4-2. 7:10 to go here in the third. The Islanders in their road black uniforms. Bishops in their home white.
We've got a couple more questions here. This one from Aculian 24. We'll go with that.
Okie
That
dokie.
was pretty close.
And they want to know how many players are playing at the next level, like Reese Stanley, and Reese Stanley playing at Dominican next season, and then Hunter Corpus playing at Air Force. So there's two playing at the NCAA level from Coronado, and there's 4 committed to play at the NCAA level from Bishops. There's Eddie Glazner going to Notre Dame. There's Trent Lauer going to Fairfield, and then Jake Seau going to Duke, and Christian Gunchard going to Dartmouth. So no shortage of talent. And I mean, there's a number of players that are also going to go on to play at the club level, which leads me into the next question from RSF Dad 3 as to whether or not the club lacrosse teams are starting to pick up speed in the lacrosse world. And I mean, I think this year,
Shot on the way.
Crease violation.
Crease violation. And we'll let you get back to the question, Chris.
and this year especially is a great way to show that the club guys can definitely play at that next level the way that Michigan went up to the Division I. They didn't have a very successful season, but you look at the guys that they have, like Trevor Yealy, who scored at nearly the same clip at the D1 level that he was scoring at club. So I mean, there's players out there playing club, and the teams are definitely getting better.
Here comes Bishops. Anglin. Let's see what he can do offensively here for Bishops. Trailing 4-2. 5:20 to go here in the third quarter. Division II championship game. Oh, Aaron pass made right there. Coronado trying to take advantage of it. Bishops comes up with it. Oh, nice job along the end line by Anglin. Oh, they're going to rule him out of bounds. Now there's the flag at the end of the play. I thought Anglin had done a good job to stay in bounds, but they said he was out.
Yeah, it looks like his right foot hit that line barely.
It was awfully close.
Yeah, didn't make the best decision. Compounded mistakes afterwards and tossed the ball in the corner. So we're going to have the Islanders up a man here for 30 seconds on a delay game call.
Yeah, you cannot make those type of mental mistakes in the championship game because the Coronado Islanders, they are the kind of team, they'll make you pay for those kind of mistakes.
Exactly. Yeah, they've already scored once in transition in this quarter. They're looking to add to that with this man-up opportunity.
Yep, here comes Bailey. Let's see if they look for Corpus because he's been kind of the hot guy for them offensively here tonight. He's got it in the back to Farrar. Farrar behind the cage.
Oh, it's a good
Sets
look.
up teammate, shoot, score! George Bailey with the goal. 4:57 to go here in the third, and Coronado starting to flex their muscles. They're up 5-2.
Number 9, George Bailey for the Coronado Islanders.
It's a great little pick and slip play there by George Bailey. Came into the middle and kind of acted like he was going to set a seal pick for the man above him coming down, and then just kept going to the pipe, and he had an easy shot.
And for Bailey, his second goal of the evening, 5-2, the Islanders lead.
Good check.
There's Glazner again.
Shot on the way, and it gets deflected.
And that's in the hell.
Pick up by the Bishop. Shot on the way. Save made. Flags fly all over the place.
That's going to be a slash.
Wait for the call.
LA, the player in black, 2-4. Slashing is the call. He'll serve 1 minute.
Okay, so we're going to have a 1 minute penalty called against Paul Rodriguez. And that'll be power play opportunity for Bishops down 5-2. Maxey sure could use a goal here.
Yeah, it's about time that Bishops cash in on one of these. They had one extra man earlier they didn't do a great job on. Let's see if they get a little better ball movement here and get a quality shot.
Seau swings right side. Back up top. Nothing doing for Jake. Looks like they need a little bit of better spacing right here.
Yeah, they're not really helping each other out. The wings are kind of being stagnant. They need to get below the level of the ball when the ball's up top, which will allow 14 to draw a man and move it one more.
Yep, Anglin swings left side. Looking for that seam, but so far no opening in that Islander defense. Aaron pass. Gets picked up at midfield, and here comes Bailey. He gets whacked. Flags fly there. And a lot of the crowd does not like that call. And there's another one at the very end of the play. I'm not sure, maybe
like,
unsportsmanlike conduct.
Looks like had a little mouthing off to the ref there. Unacceptable.
30 seconds. Push for possession.
And we know guys from UMBC would never do that.
Oh, no. Never.
Never. Absolutely never
Coach
happens.
Don Zimmerman would definitely make you pay for mouthing off to the ref.
Let's hear the call. So we've got two 30-second violation calls.
Yeah, so we're going to be playing 5-on-5 lacrosse here for about 15 to 17 seconds, and then the Islanders are going to have a man up.
So let's see what happens here for the Islanders. Up 5-2, and they have possession. Farrar, he does such a good job of handling that ball when he has
throwing
it.
the rusty gate.
What?
Yep.
Haven't seen that one in a while.
And well, too. I nailed it. That's a great check.
I don't know how Farrar feels about that. Shot on the way, and the save is made. Boy, Corpus was looking for the good old-fashioned hat trick there, but he gets denied.
Yeah, not great location on that shot, nor the best angle, but definitely good velocity.
Yep, Zigrang came up with a nice save there for Bishops. Once again, opportunity here for the Islanders. Bailey. Right side, doesn't have it. Off to Gormican. Shot on the way by Bailey. It's going to go wide. They'll keep possession. Yeah, so Zigrang has been getting tested here in the second half. Has come up with some nice saves. But the Islanders lead it by the count of 5-2. They were up 3-1 at halftime and have outscored Bishops 2-1 here in quarter number 3. Let's see what Farrar can do here for the Islanders. Just looking to work it around. It's really just all about the seams, the openings, and the gaps.
Yep.
Just waiting for a defensive breakdown. Shot, save.
And that's a huge save.
Yeah, Bishop's goalie standing on his head this quarter, really bailing his defense out.
Yep, Farrar, good opportunity, but unable to score.
Lord, good call.
Warning call.
Yep, and also a flag gets
And
thrown.
there it is, too. There's another delay of game. And the free clear, too. I mean, that's...
Right. So think about it. Is that play really worth doing, giving your opposition a power play opportunity? Not really.
Absolutely not, especially after you see Seau do it on the other end less than a minute earlier.
Right. I mean,
Before he delayed the game, he serves 30.
yeah, so you know the officials are certainly paying attention to that, and so to do it after it had just been done, not a wise move.
Yeah, and I don't think Biz would have called that had it not just been called. I mean, because you saw the defenseman calling for the delay of game, and you have to throw it to stay consistent.
Let's see, maybe if they could get a Chris Lapire going. 29 goals on the year. He's been quiet today. Shot on the way.
Like,
Gonna go wide.
Took that one.
Yep. And ball out of bounds, and we'll go right back to the Bishops.
It looks like we've got another question, this one from MC+8. At the risk of being really old school, when did we have to go to obscure parts of the periodic table, i.e. Scandium, to outfit lax players? Backrack Raisin did not have stock Scandium. Technology, good sir. Technology. I mean, they still make those wooden Talon shafts.
Exactly. You don't see too many people playing with those, though.
I'm going to get one.
Maybe for a defenseman, trying to leave a couple bruises behind, you play with one of those, but wouldn't serve a midfielder too well.
I mean, even though
Seau.
they're hollow and full of carbon fiber or something.
Coronado.
And we got another good question from Colorations, building on...
Boy, Coloration's really getting a lot of love here during the broadcast. Question number 3.
Questions.
Yeah, I'll tell you, he is. Go ahead.
And he said, do you think we can expect to see more club teams making the jump to D1, D2, or D3? And how do you think how do you think they would do, and how soon do you think it would be? And I mean, I think there's a number of teams that we're talking about making the jump to D1. I know I've heard stuff about University of Arizona, BYU, Florida, and Florida State. I mean, it would have to be a big group of teams that wanted to go D1 on the West Coast. But I definitely think that there are teams that are capable of doing it and that have the financial backing and other sports. And as far as how they'd compete, I mean, I think that on the club level, that they could compete with the top D3 teams every year, the top club teams. I know Chapman plays Whittier, and they beat them this year, and Whittier played a pretty close game with Union, who was a playoff team, and also beat up on Ithaca a couple years ago when they were a Final Four team.
Here comes Bishops, looking for a shot opportunity. Oh, good check.
Don't know about that call. Looks like they hit him in the front there.
I don't know. That looked clean to me.
Yeah.
So definitely keep your questions, comments coming. We love to hear from you.
And Chris Marshall, your master of ceremonies with those questions. Shot goes high and wide. Some of the fans right now not happy about some of the calls being made here. I think the officials have done a pretty good job here tonight.
Oh, good look. Jeez.
Oh, and he loses the handle. Could have had a clean shot opportunity.
It's a great pass there by McCroskey looking across.
Here comes Anglin. Shot goes wide, and that will conclude the third quarter of play from Westview High in San Diego, California. With your score, it's Coronado 5 and the Bishops 2. You're watching exclusive action of the Boys Division II Lacrosse Championships in San Diego on the Lacrosse Network in conjunction with IBNSports.com. It's fourth quarter action when we return. We're underway with the fourth quarter, 11:55 to go here. Coronado 5, Bishops 2. Bishops with the ball. Seau shoots. Save made. So quick opportunity, but unable to score. And here comes Coronado in transition. Shot. It's going to go wide off the opportunity by number 21, Mario Magnato, their senior attackman. To 11:35 and ticking to go. And the question is, gentlemen, what can the Bishops do to try to get back into this one? They've been held to just 2 goals so far here tonight.
Well, not that.
Yep.
I think they need to start initiating with someone other than Seau. You know, he's been taking the majority of these dodges and doing a good job, but it looks like he's getting a bit tired. I'd like to see maybe the attack initiate a little more and start working those skip lanes up top to their big shooters.
Coronado with the opportunity. Farrar on the pass. Hard check made by the Bishops, and here they come in transition. Looking for goal number 3 as we approach 11 minutes to go here in quarter number 4. That was a whack job there by Bailey.
He was holding the ball. Ball back to Coronado.
It's going to go right back to the Islanders, up 5-2.
Yikes.
Here comes Bailey, number 9.
I think it would probably serve
Off to Gormican.
Coronado well to try and take some of the time off the clock here a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, really no rush. You got the lead in the ball here, up by 3. Have really dominated the pace of the game. Bobby Farrar, who's played a nice game here tonight.
But if the last game taught us anything, it's that 3 goals is not going to guarantee you a victory, even in the fourth.
That is very true.
That's true. That was some comeback by La Costa Canyon. Looked like they were down and out and found a way to pull a victory over their crosstown rivals, the Torrey Pines Falcons. Farrar, they're double-teaming him nicely. Good job on defense, and the Knights come away with it. Boy, that's a hard check, and the flags fly. Power play opportunity coming for the Bishops. Let's get the call.
Personal foul. Player in black, number 13. Illegal body check. Contact initiated above the shoulders. He'll serve 2 minutes. Non-releasable.
Ooh, Hunter Corpus. That is a 2-minute power play. Unreleasable, which means they get the full 2 minutes even if they score a goal. So that's a big mistake in this game for a Coronado team that has played so well tonight.
Costly penalty for the Islanders. Be great if Bishops could get a few goals here and get back in this game. Take advantage of this extra man.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge opportunity. This is the game right here.
Yeah. You got to start peppering away with some shots. Seau swings right side. Now behind the net.
Got him.
Oh,
That's
bad pass right there.
Defense.
And Farrar picks it up for Coronado along the sideline. Still a battle for that loose ball. Bishops comes away with it. Do they? No, they don't. Who wants it? Here comes Bishops. As we approach the 9-minute mark here in the fourth quarter, 5-2 Coronado leads. The Knights need
time.
Yeah, but the Knights need to start scoring some goals here. Shot on the way wide. That one not even close off the attempt of Alex Evans Pfiefer.
I mean, they've got to get in tighter than that, especially from that angle.
Still got about a minute on the penalty.
Yep. Need at least one here. See if they get it to Pfiefer. He's open right now if they could get it to him. Behind the goal mouth. Pfiefer, yes, he scores! 8:24, I said they had to look for him. He puts it in between the pipes. We've got a 5-3 game with 8:24 to go.
Great job by Pfiefer there, shooting around the defenseman, creating a little screen for the goalie. Really hard to pick up, and great placement, great shot.
Yeah, no mistake on that one. I'm surprised that one didn't take the goal clear back to the end of the track.
And for Evans Pfiefer.
You could have put that in any better spot.
That is certainly true. And for Evans Pfiefer, that is his 42nd goal of the year. 5-3 score with 8:24 to go. They're looking for more.
Somebody's open.
Who's it going to be?
Glazner's eyes got pretty big on that last one.
We have a timeout. 8:04 to go. We'll keep it right here. 5-3 your score. So Bishops right now showing some sign of life. They are within 2 goals. Plenty of time to go here in the Division II championship game. Let's talk about that goal moments ago. We spoke about Evans Pfiefer had an open look. He let it rip and put it in between the pipes to get his team within 2.
And I mean, it was kind of a sidearm shot, and I mean, as soon as he let that one go, I mean, you knew that's exactly where it was going to go. I mean, it was a laser, and he pinned it off stick high, right in the corner. I mean, it couldn't have gotten a centimeter closer to the corner, and it would have hit the pipe.
Yeah, big pair of eyeballs on that shot, directly in the corner. Great placement.
The records of these teams going back to 2005. Coronado overall 140 and 35, winning CIF championships in 2009, 2011. Also impressive record against the top 10 during that time of 45 and 19. Meanwhile, the Bishops not too shabby at 104 and 44 overall, but they have struggled against top 10 teams, just 14 and 33. But this year they have been 2-2 against the teams in the top 10.
Yeah, and the crowd really starting to get into it now. They're sensing the tense moments in this game. Bishops really need to capitalize here in this opportunity.
Now put on your seatbelt here. 8:04 to go. 5-3 Coronado leads. Bishops with possession. Evans Pfiefer. They're going to look to move it around. Shot on the way, and the save is made. Good opportunity there, and coming the other way, nothing doing. So Bishops is going to get it right back with 7:50 to go. We still have plenty of time in this one. And the Knights just down by 2 in their home white. Coronado in their road black with green helmets. Anglin. Seau. Boy, you notice every time Jake Seau touches that ball, there are usually 3 bodies around him.
Yeah, he's taking a lot of checks today.
Yep.
Hasn't flinched once, though, to his credit.
Evans Pfiefer. Oh, I thought he was going to pull the trigger. I don't know why he didn't. He was open, then passed it. They work down low to McCroskey. McCroskey trying to get open. Nothing doing. Off to Seau. Off to Evans Pfiefer. Just under 7 minutes to go here in regulation. 5-3. Coronado by 2. Bishops looking to get within 1 right here. And if they do, boy, we've got ourselves a game. Shot on the way, and the save is made. Good opportunity there by Andrew Tyan, but nothing doing. And let's see what the Islanders can do in transition. We have a timeout with 6:29 to go. We've got a 2-goal game at 5-3. Coronado looking to get retribution after losing 5-4 back on March the 24th. Just a reminder, you're watching the Boys Division II Championship game for lacrosse in San Diego County on the Lacrosse Network in conjunction with IBNSports.com. And we really have all the camera angles on this one, including the camera. We've got, Ted operating that camera? What is it, about 25 feet high on the pole? I love that thing.
That's about right, yeah. Ted's surgical with that thing. I mean, he can follow a fly across the field. It's pretty impressive stuff.
Yeah, so it's Dr. Ted on camera. He's operating, isn't he? Slicing and dicing his way through the game.
And here's a suggestion from MC Plus 8 that involves inverting Seau and then having him drive from X and then look to feed to Evans Pfiefer, which I don't hate. I mean, I think Seau's got a big rip, but it's kind of a wild card. But I definitely like him dodging from X, especially if he can draw a shorty.
Yeah, everybody's a coach these days. No more Monday morning quarterback. We now have the same evening quarterback, thanks to the access on the internet here. And let's see what the Islanders can do coming out of timeout. Oh, errant pass right there. Key mistake, and we'll see if Bishops can capitalize.
Yeah, you never like to turn the ball over coming out of a timeout. It's a crucial error on the Islanders. See if they can make up for it here.
It looks like we had another question from RSF Dad 3, and he wants to know if we think that Division I lacrosse could establish itself on the West Coast. I don't know, Max, what do you think?
Yes, I definitely think Division I could establish itself on the West Coast. I mean, if you think about it, the West Coast, what don't they have? If you have a school like, say, USC, I would say within 5 years they could have one of the top programs in the nation. And from a recruiting standpoint, if you're telling a kid you can come out west, live on the beach, always be in the sun and warm weather, and still play for a great school in a Division I program, it really doesn't get much better than that. So, I mean, you look at a program like the Florida women's team. They started their program, and then within, I think, 2 years, they're a national semifinalist, and now they're in the national championship tomorrow or on Memorial Day. So, I definitely think it's a possibility. I'd definitely like to see it.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, it's going to have to be a group. I mean, because there's no real competition. I know this happened with Grand Canyon, who switched from Division II to club because the rest of their sports were going to be cookies.
Yikes! Good check.
Yep, and along the side. A lot of it has to do with, are the schools willing to make that commitment? Right now there are a lot of Division I sports. Do they want to add lacrosse to the list? I mean, that's a question that each school must come up with an answer. Now, remember, especially in California with the state and the UC schools, there have been a lot of budget cuts. The question is, it's all about the dollars. Are the dollars there for them?
Financially, definitely.
Well, and that's what happened at Grand Canyon. The rest of their sports were going Division I, and they opted not to bring their team their lacrosse team up to Division I because there were no natural rivals on the West Coast. So, I mean, it would have to be a group of schools like the Pac-12 that were all in agreement that they wanted to go to the Division I level.
Yep,
Great question.
Yep, and of course, if you saw schools like Arizona, make that add-on, maybe Grand Canyon State would have done that as well.
Exactly.
Because that, of course, would have been a natural in-state rivalry. Going to Tucson. Where I understand Cooper Piquel of Foothill High is doing pretty well over at U of A.
Yeah, Cooper Piquel's a stud. Plays in their midfield line successfully, as well as on their man-down unit with the pole.
Well, I remember watching Cooper Piquel as a basketball player at Foothill. He was outstanding. I thought he could have really played college basketball on the next level, but he did choose lacrosse.
Yeah, All-American basketball player at that. I mean, we talked to his dad about it actually, and he didn't get the looks that he wanted from the top D1 programs, and ended up sticking with lacrosse.
Right, no, he could have definitely have competed in the Big West, conference. I thought he was that type of player. Rusty Van Cleve has done such a great job with the basketball program there. Matter of fact, this year in the quarterfinals against Mater Dei in the Battle of Santa Ana, they were only trailing Mater Dei by 7 points with 2:53 to go. And those of you in Orange County who have Cox Communications probably caught yours truly calling all the action of that one. I mean, that place was on their feet. There were so many people who couldn't get in the game. We set up double high-definition screen TVs, like the biggest ones I've ever seen, for like 1,000 people that couldn't get into the game. It was just wild that night.
Wow.
Yeah, and worth mentioning that my alma mater, Jesuit High School, lost in the Northern California Championship this year. So disappointment there.
Worthy of mention, and we'll put a little asterisk next to that
20.
one. 3:40 to go here in the fourth, and it's still a 5-3 lead. Let's see what Bishops can do here. Right now you got to be putting some shots on. Put a little pressure on the Coronado defense. Seau may get an open look here. Shoots, and it's wide. They'll keep possession. 3:15 to go.
Yeah, I mean, this score is looking eerily similar to their meeting earlier in the season.
Yep, which Bishops won that one, 5-4. But right now on the short end of this score. Anglin shoots. It goes wide. Well, at least they're starting to get some shot opportunities. With 3:03 to go. In a 5-3 game.
That's a great look.
Shot on the way. Score! It is a one-goal game with 2:57 to go. It is, they're waving the goal off. They're waving it. And the crowd can't believe it.
Yeah, I think that was a crease violation called by the refs. Not sure about it, but
oh, me oh my. Talk about a key change in this game. Looked like the Bishops was within one goal. It stays at a 2-goal lead. Now here comes Coronado. Shooting on the waist. Oh, hit the goalpost. Rebound, score!
And they just gave up on that play. I mean,
Hunter Corpus with his third goal of the game. 6-3. We go 30 seconds ago from what looked like a one-goal match. Corpus scores at the other end. It's back to a 3-goal lead.
And I mean, that changes everything.
The old 2-point swing.
Oh, man, that stings. And the thing about it is Corpus took that shot and it hit inside pipe. It looked like it went in, and then everybody just stopped. And then you see Biz wave it off, and then he just runs up and picks up the rebound.
Yeah, sticks it in.
The goal was scored at half.
See what he has to say about this.
Okay.
Yep, we've got a flag.
Okay, yes.
Let's wait for the call.
Goal scored. After the goal, dead ball foul, bench, conduct foul. He'll serve 30. In home.
So, 30-second power play for Coronado. So, double the mistake by Bishops, giving up the goal. They've got the power play. Talk about the Islanders, everything going their way up 6-3. Now, remember, Torrey was up 6-3 on La Costa Canyon, but there was over 5 minutes to go in that one. This one, only 2 minutes and 43 seconds, gentlemen.
Yeah, and I think it's safe to say that the Bishop School doesn't quite have the firepower of an LCC.
Yeah, they've been relying a lot on Seau to initiate up top on that long pole. So, you know, if he can't get something going this next possession, we might be seeing the Islanders walk away with the championship here.
You know, and actually entering this game, Bishop's averaging 10 goals a game, Coronado 9.2.
Nobody wants to spend the night in jail.
And the Knights averaging giving up 4.4, and the Islanders giving up 5.2. So they did have the differential and more goals per game, but the offense has just not been here tonight for the Knights. And I got to give credit to Chris Marshall, still wearing shorts with 2:43 to go here in the nightcap. You're a stud.
Well, it helps when there's two guys blocking the wind for you.
My pleasure, buddy.
Also, I have this protective layer.
There you go.
Furry layer.
That I added since college.
So Coronado trying to put this game on ice. Picked up by Bailey. Bailey, double team, gets stripped of the ball. Picked up by Bishops, and here come the Knights.
Got a lift there.
Timeout.
Timeout called by Bishops with 2:16 to go. It's Coronado 6 and Bishops 3. So to me, it looks like the Islanders have really just dominated this game in the second half and are proving why it appears to be for the second time in as many years they're going to be Division II champs.
I mean, they're just a more complete team. They came out with an offensive plan and a defensive plan and executed them as well as they could have hoped to. And not to mention getting great goalie play out of Stanley. He's got to be in the mix for player of the game with Hunter Corpus.
Yep, they have played well. Break down the scoring here. Bishop scored first in the first quarter by Anglin, and then Farrar tied it at 1. In the second quarter of play, Bailey Farrar netted to make it 2-1, and then Corpus's first of 3 goals, 3-1. That's how he went into halftime. Then in the third quarter, Bishop's Tian scored to make it a 3-2 game, and then Corpus and Bailey scored to make it 5-2. Pfiefer scored to get them within 5-3, and then Corpus scored to make it 6-3 just a couple of minutes ago, and that's where we stand right now, 6-3. Bishop's coming out of the timeout. Let's see what they can do offensively. Needless to say, they need goals, and they need them quickly.
And like opting to pull both Evans Pfiefer and Seau here.
2:16 in the game.
It's probably a smart move.
So here we go. Let's see what Seau can do. Jake has not scored a goal here tonight. And on the season, he has 31 goals and 7 assists. McCroskey. Anglin shoots. Shot goes wide. They'll keep possession. 1:52 to go here in the fourth.
I still haven't gotten over that crease violation call.
Yeah, that really turned out to be the turning point in this match, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's just such a bold call. I mean, normally if you score the goal, you get the benefit of the doubt. But, man, game-changing call.
However, they did not get the benefit of the doubt here in the dark. Anglin.
There doesn't seem to be enough urgency in these Bishops players. I mean, they need to start taking shots.
Yeah, you got to let it fly from wherever. I mean, if you see a opening, any kind of seam, you have to go for it here.
Yeah, they're holding on to the ball way too much. Too much individual work here.
Yep. Anglin falls on it. They're going to keep it. 1:04 to go.
Is that flopping call you were talking about earlier, Chris?
He might have stepped on the ball.
Might have. Seau.
Just a little nod to my soccer playing days.
There you go. Aaron pass. Coronado picks up the ground ball, and that might just about do it with 45 seconds to go.
Islanders got to keep it in the box here if they get it.
I mean, I really feel like, at least in the games that we saw Bishops play earlier, they were effective in the fast break.
And they've got one right here. Let's see if they can take advantage. Shot on the way, goes wide. We're down to 26 seconds. Ooh, and flag flies
Flag down.
towards the end of that play. I think a little frustration on the part of Bishops, and specifically Alex Evans Pfiefer. He was kind of going at it at the end of that play with Jake Shepard.
The senior's going out with a bang, letting the officials know how he feels about those calls.
Yep, and that's only going to get you in the old penalty box. I don't think I really ever saw a player win an argument with an official.
They're few and far between.
Yes, they are, and if you pull off the trick, more power to you.
Yeah, you rarely ever win those arguments.
Thank our sponsors again.
It's like trying to switch roommates or something. You know, it almost never works.
Here comes John Biskowski with the call.
Player in white, number 6. First one was a live ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct, baiting and taunting. 1 minute, non-releasable. Second foul, dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct. He is ejected from the game. Have someone else serve, please.
So you hear that? Well, he's done for the evening and his career as Alex Evans Pfiefer, and I don't know if that's the way that you want to finish an outstanding career. And also coming out on the short end here in the CIF Championship game, Division II title game. Looking at him on the sideline, you can see the young man's frustration. And so Coronado pretty much has to hold on to the ball right here. They're up 6-3. They'll be crowning themselves CIF Division II champions for the second consecutive year. Congratulations to the Islanders on a job well done. That pass was almost picked off. If so, would have been an easy goal as they took the goalie out of the goal mount. Have an extra attackman out there. Shot on the way wide, and that will do it. The Coronado Islanders win by the count of 6-3, and for the second consecutive year, they are CIF champions. With the victory, they up their record to 18-4. With the loss, Bishops finishes up their season with a record of 17-4. Gentlemen?
Yeah, and I mean it's really a testament to the game plan that Coronado had. I mean, from what we saw from Bishops earlier in the season, they scored a lot of their goals in transition using the speed of Seau as a catalyst to that, and they just matched up with the team's speed and tried to neutralize the fast breaks, and that really shut down the offense pretty much entirely for Bishops. But I mean, they went out there and played their hearts out, so no reason to hang their heads.
Yep, as far as the goal scoring was concerned, Corpus had 3 goals leading the way for Coronado. And then you had Farrar with a goal, Bailey with a goal, so Bailey actually with a couple of goals, so really chipping in there offensively. And defensively, Max, I thought they just really did a good job taking Bishops out of their offensive rhythm.
Yeah, they definitely did. Credit the Islanders for sticking to the game plan and really focusing on Bishop's key players. Seau and Pfiefer up top really drew the poles most of the game, and they really got the majority of the attention. So when you take a team's 2 best players out of the game, you give yourself a really good chance to win. So congratulations to the Coronado Islanders.
And for the Islanders, it is their 3rd CIF championship in their history. They won it in 2009. They won it in 2011. And they won it in 2012. CIF champs for the 3rd time in the last 4 years. And the Islanders are showing you why they are one of the lacrosse powers in Southern California.
Yeah, you'd have to think there's more than a couple of those kids that played on all 3 of those teams. Mm-hmm. You'd have to think that Hunter Corpus was a contributor as a freshman, and to take home 3 section championships in 4 years is pretty impressive.
Well, gentlemen, it has been a pleasure. You have been watching exclusive action of the Boys Division II San Diego County Lacrosse Championships. Along with Max Davis and Chris Marshall, I'm Mark Heller from Westview High School. Well, the Islanders, they are champs. They defeat the Bishop Knights by the count of 6-3 in their CIF championships for the 3rd time in the last 4 years. Well, that's going to wrap things up from Westview High here in San Diego, California. You've been watching exclusive action of the Division II Boys Lacrosse San Diego County Championships on the Lacrosse Network in conjunction with IBNSports.com. Until next time, so long and good night from beautiful San Diego, California.